Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Earlham Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we got a big game for us here, maybe not in terms of records, but in terms of implications. Lee Corso is going to be rocking with us. We're 3-5 with a 3-2 conference record. We're going up against our rival Earlham, who's 1-7 this season and has an 0-5 conference record. Now, we do have a better team on paper. They have a B- overall squad. We have a D- overall squad because we're still looking for scholarship athletes to fill out our roster. But that being said, this is a big matchup for us. We have our two rivalry games against Rose and Franklin, and it's big because we need to win these next couple of games, before we go into our final two matchups against Hanover and Anderson, who are now ranked in the top 25. Each of them are. These two are definitely going to be tough matches for us, but if we get 5-5 before we get into the home stretch, we put ourselves in a position to potentially go to our first bowl game in school history. But right now, all that we can think about is this rivalry game that is sitting right in front of us. It's going to be a good one, man, so I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you're new and are enjoying the content that you're seeing here on this channel. And leave a comment for your boy, because I do try to read all your comments, and it helps YouTube spread this video around a little bit more so that we can grow the community that we got going on here. Let's go ahead and get this rivalry game against the Earlham Engineers. Let's get it. Alright, man, so here we are, rivalry week, and for once in this dynasty, it seems like Lee Corso rocking with us, man. So we know what we need to do. We cannot come out and disappoint. We're trying to get our fourth win in the season, man. We're trying to get it done right now. 3rd and 3 coming up for the squad, though, as we headed off to Terrain Patton, who actually breaks a couple of tackles and picks up a first down. Nice start for the former quarterback. He was able to pick up 8 yards there, but can we keep those vibes going, though? We got 3rd and long now that we have to deal with, and Miami, trying to throw it to the outside, was looking for Jariah Bond because they got that screen well covered. It's unfortunately incomplete, so first drive we don't get any points, but we do flip the field a little bit, so can't necessarily complain about that. As we got 3rd and long now, trying to get these guys off the field, and we just give this quarterback way too much time. Dude could have made himself a whole sandwich and still able to deliver a completion. 29 yards too, so we got the snow out here. It could be a fall some snow, as Caden Doman could have had himself an interception. My guy, you gotta catch that, man. He was gonna take that to the house, but instead we got 3rd and 13. Hopefully we can get him off the field, and that's what happens when you don't execute those opportunities. Deontay McLaurin had a chance to stop him before the sticks, but was stiff-armed into next century, though. So we gave him another first down. They're gonna make us pay for it. I have a feeling they are. As we go ahead now, we get Seth Gray to make a nice tackle for us, but looks like there's a flag on the play. They're gonna call it on the offense, getting Matt Coley, who gets dropped for a loss of 10. So now a 1st and 20 coming up here is Watson trying to take it to the outside. The wide receiver with some good speed, as Cameron Watson able to take it for 15. As now we got 2nd and 5 now coming up. Patrick handing off to Matt Cooley. He gets off a couple of tackles and he picks up the first down. Just seems like a drive of lost opportunities, man. We're getting the stops. We're there to make the play. We just have to go about making these plays. It's not necessarily happening for us right now, as Matt Coley continues to barrel forward, a 6-yard gain. Very methodical drive, by the way, taking up most of his quarter, it seems like. As Patrick drops back again, he's facing pressure, but finds Townsend down the right-hand side. Deontay McLaurin couldn't keep up with him for that long. So we got a goal line situation now because of it. Trying to stand him up on defense as Patrick rolls out. Throws it to the right-hand side, and I have no idea how we got that one through. We had guys there. We got to go about getting our hands up because look at how tight this window is. Like, there is no way that someone should have been able to throw it in, even without a user. But you know what? It is what it is. We're down 7-0. And our offense needs to step up, man. We had a promising first drive in this game, but, you know, we stalled out. We're looking to turn things around here for the second drive of the game for Earlham. As Miami drops back, he throws a dart over the middle to Danny Carson, but can't haul it in for his quarterback, though. Incomplete pass. As we got 2nd and long now, trying to run a, little read option action here. As Miami going to try to take it upfield, gets away from somebody, rolls forward across midfield. That's good for a gain of 12. First down, Earlham. As we now across midfield now, 2nd and 11 coming up for the Quakers. As Miami drops back into shotgun again, throws a beautiful ball over to Bob Smith, way to lob it. And I absolutely love to see that, a fresh set of downs again. We find ourselves in the red zone now as Miami trying to throw it upfield, looking for Jakeem Short, but can't complete the catch. It was thrown in a place where, Miami could have gotten that completion, but, receiver couldn't make a play. We're down 7-0, but Earlham is driving. As now we got ourselves a 3rd and long coming up here as Miami drops back, trying to throw it over the middle, doing a little too much. Interception, and that could have been trouble too. If he got away from those linemen, that was going to be a pick 6, but he had Jakeem Short open, but he tried to push the ball downfield. Just not a good decision by Miami whatsoever. And now Rose-Hulman, they're going to go ahead and take over here. As the second quarter not starting off very well for, the Earlham football team. And you can see why. A first down as soon as they get the ball. Cameron Brown doing whatever he wants. His first carry of the game, going for 12. As we try to send the blitz on him this time, trying to get some pressure, but it's a run to the outside for Patrick as we had him bottled up in the backfield. But again, another costly error for this defense as we get called for a penalty this time around. Caden Doman, who almost had himself a pick 6, ended up, getting called for the face mask, and it's not good luck for the squad, man. I'll tell you what, as Rose-Hulman, they go ahead and pick up another first down. As now we got a couple of plays left here. 2nd and 12 as Patrick dropping back, gonna run it up the field with Matthew Coley, who ends up picking up 9 yards on the carry. We got a 3rd and 3 coming up here, trying to get these guys off the field. At least make them take a field goal at the very least. As Patrick dropping back, finds Matthew Coley open. Found the hole in our zone, though, and made us pay for it. Another first down, another methodical drive, it seems like. Rose-Hulman having a bunch of big plays and playing a lot better than that 1-6 record shows for sure. As Deontay McLaurin, he's able to get into the backfield, get a little loss of 4. As we got 3rd and long now coming up for Earlham. As now, looks like a quarterback going to send somebody in the motion real quick. Patrick dropping back, looking around, trying to find somebody. Almost intercepted by Seth Gray. But at least force Rose-Hulman to take a field goal for right now. We're only down 10-0, but things could always get worse here. As we go about, another bad drive for the offense. We actually went 3 and out, so not a good look for us whatsoever. And Rose-Hulman has the football once again, dominating this rivalry game early on. As they throw it to the right-hand side, Matthew Coley, he fights for the first down. It's going to be marked 1 yard shy. Deontay McLaurin going to get the tackles for us, though. And we got a 3rd and 1 now coming up for Rose-Hulman. As Patrick dropping back, thrown over the middle. It's a short throw to Hart. He breaks a couple tackles, though. He's on the move. Deontay McLaurin had to step in and make the tackle, though. A 15-yard gain and another first down. We're doing all right on first and second down, but it seems like they're getting all of the third down conversions so far, though. As look at that, we're playing, again, decent defense on these first couple of downs, but, you know, we're struggling a little bit in terms of getting these guys actually off the field, it seems like. As Patrick on a 2nd and 5, he's going to take it right up a gut for a speed option and picks up 9 before RJ Greenlake's able to bring him down. Is now 1st and 10 coming up here. Patrick dropping back, looking around, facing some pressure up the middle. Can't get to him in time, but finds Brian Wood out on the flat. And nearly gets a first down there in the process again. As we got another 2nd and short coming up here. This time a halfback draw trying to clog up the middle, and somehow Matt Coley able to pick up the first down there as well. We got another 1st and goal coming up here for Earlham as Patrick dropping back all the time in the world, and what a dot to Cameron Watson, who reached up and grabbed that ball for Jonathan Patrick. And Rose-Hulman now up 17-0. And Earlham desperately needing to come up with a response. We'll see if Justin Byrne can provide it. He's down the sideline. He's got some space. Makes a man miss, and he's brought down finally at midfield. And something that we needed badly, we've only had 72 yards of offense total today. So our offense, needless to say, you know, it's an absolute train wreck so far. But Jakeem Short, though, he gets lit up like a Christmas tree, but picks up 15, no. Has got a 1st and down coming up here. 1:30 left to play. As Miami throwing short over to St. Wilhelm. He's got a block upfield and manages to pick up 10 on that one. As we're moving upfield even more. 1st and 10 coming up once again. Earlham still got 3 of its timeouts, so you love to see that as Miami throws a dart over to Henry B. York. A little bit of a dangerous throw, but hey, we got the catch, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. See if we can keep it going here. Another 1st down. Trying to throw over the middle. Was looking for Jakeem Short. He was open a little bit. Gotta just throw it a little bit sooner. But instead, 2nd and 10 now coming up for Earlham as Miami drops back. He's going to try to throw it to the right-hand side, but it's intercepted again. Safety read it. Came up and made the play. I thought he was open, but he just, I don't know. Maybe should have thrown it to him a tad sooner, and that's how this first half, man. So we were blanked in this first half. We're down 17-0. Second half coming very shortly in this ball game. So it is now time to go ahead and get the second half officially underway. And Rose-Hulman, they start with the football too, so you know, big drive for our defense here. We need our team to come through right now. We severely need it. And Justin Byrne, you know, can do all the work for us on defense. He's been having a solid game, but what about these other 10 guys? They need to step up and make some plays for us as we do stand them up before the sticks. 3rd and 1 coming up here. So big play for us coming right here. Let's get these guys off the field, and let's do it right now, so that we can get some good vibes here to start this second half as they try to run it with Levine. He's going to try to get the edge on us, but they don't get it, though. We get them off the field. That's how we want to play. And now it's time for our offense to step up to a new level. We're down 17-0 here. We need some points, and the worst way is that is a dangerous throw. But Bob Smith able to maintain concentration. Get that catch for us for 21. And it's time to move downfield once again. Another 1st and 10. Trying to get him off bounds with the halfback draw. And Terrain Patton, surprisingly, with another good run here. A 9-yard gain. That's going to get his yards per carry average up to over 3 for a change. As now, Miami trying to pick up the 1st down. Misses one tackler. Is able to be brought down in the secondary, picking up 10. A fresh set of downs for the Quakers to work with here as we try to pass the ball once again. Hasn't been too great for us so far as Miami looking around, trying to find somebody to get open. Throws it to St. Wilhelm, who wasn't even paying attention. Poor Miami running for his life. And the receivers aren't even helping him right now. You absolutely hate to see it. And Now we got another third down coming up here. A third down that we really need to go ahead and convert right now. Gonna try to get it with the run game. See if that helps us here. But Terrain runs right into a defender. But hold up. There's a penalty. And it's holding. So even if we got the first down, they were going to call it back anyways. Of course, they get King Nut too. And coach wants us to go for it here on fourth down. I'm inclined to do it as we try to run the screenplay. Jakeem's short, but he gets lit up like a Christmas tree and is well short of the marker. And a turnover on downs here gives Rose Holman the football back once again. And almost making us pay for it right away. He had an open receiver downfield, but just simply overthrew him. Is now 2nd and 10 coming up. Rose Holman offense back on the field as Jonathan Patrick throws a strike over the middle. Hart has one man left to beat. Can Cameron Frost bring him down? And is brought down, but not before a 59-yard gain. We get absolutely slashed downfield. Is now 3rd and goal coming up. Trying to get him off the field. Matt Colevo gets a wide butt naked open lane into the end zone. Touchdown Engineers. And they're formulating a big lead right now. They're now up by 24 right now. And after another 3 and out, it's looking like a lot of trouble for our guys as well. As we get another 13-yard gain upfield. As now we got a 3rd and inches coming up here. Patrick dropping back the pass, throwing out to the left-hand side, and gets it out to Moss, who doesn't have to Moss anybody this time around on a way to a 13-yard gain. That gets him across midfield again. As Rose Holman engineering another drive here. As Patrick going to hand it off to Matthew Coley from the pitch and breaks a tackle, and it looks like we have Justin Byrne once again stepping in, but again, you know, they're just killing us with the ground game today. Usually our running defense is somewhat solid, but the passing game has been an issue for us here as we do force a 4th down. And Rose Holman able to get a field goal, but still not a good look for us whatsoever. We're down 27-0 going into the final quarter of play. We need a miracle here if we want to win this one. Get win number 4. So this game's been a whole disappointment for us so far. But that being said, though, we only have one more quarter left to play, so we at least got that going for us. Trying to at least finish strong and at least get ourselves on the board. We can't possibly be shut out at home in a rivalry game. That would not help us whatsoever on the recruiting front. As we got a fresh set of downs to work with. Miami throwing over the middle. Finds St. Wilhelm, who breaks a couple of tackles. The big man with 26 yards gained on that one. And we're in Rose Holman territory once again as Miami thrown to the right-hand side. Gets it to Adam Hill to 3rd, but he's lit up like a Christmas tree and picks up 12 yards. Is now 1st and 10 coming up here once again as Miami dropping back. Gonna throw this thing downfield, and it's St. Wilhelm in the end zone. Touchdown, Quakers. And we're finally on the board here. So we don't have to worry about being shut out any longer. And now it's time for our off defense to step up. Get us another stop here, man. We held them to a field goal last time out. If we can get them off the field without allowing any points, you never know. But we need to do it quickly, though, as Patrick, he throws downfield and somehow gets that pass completed. We even had guys there. I don't know what to do at this point. I literally do not know. Like, guys were in great position, but it really does seem like unless I user that, which I don't want to do all the time, because, you know, I want to give these players, you know, a little bit of personality, a little bit of character. That's why I usually don't, like, click on multiple guys at once. But it leads to another touchdown, though, and, you know, that one hurts because we should have definitely at least had an opportunity to get the interception. And it simply didn't happen, so another score for Rose Holman. We're down 34-7 once again. As Miami, he's looking around, trying to throw one to the right-hand side, but the corner reads it like a book, though. And we almost got that one picked off as well. And this is not what we want to be in as an offense. I do not want to be Miami to be pass happy, because he's clearly not a very good passing quarterback. He can run and scramble all day long, but when you ask him to pass, it's usually not a good thing for us, not a very successful thing for us to do, as we're now relying on some big plays here. And Cameron Frost could be that guy. He gets caught from behind, but at least we have an over 100 yards rushing on the ground as we continue to try to move this ball downfield as Miami drops back. Throws it to Adam Hildeford, who breaks a tackle and is brought down by this linebacking core. That's his third catch of the day. And maybe the snow playing an effect of the passing game overall, but it's starting to warm up here a little bit as Henry B. York makes another contested catch. A 15-yard gain that gets us into the red zone as Miami gets the troops to the line quickly. Miami dropping back, trying to throw it to Jakeem Short, but nobody home, unfortunately. And on a 4th and 7, trying to pick up the first down here, trying to move the sticks. It's Miami dropping back. He has Terrain Patton, who almost gets into the end zone. But a big play for us once again, as we still have an opportunity to punch it in. It's Miami dropping back, going to try to scramble into the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. And Miami finds himself on the ground. But since we're down by 20, we're going to try and go ahead, get the onside kick, but we don't get the proper angle, though, unfortunately. And Rose-Hulman, they get themselves the ball here once again. They got 3 minutes left to play as well, so you got to think at this point, they're going to think about starting to chew this clock a little bit. And it's not a good look here. A huge gain downfield. And like I mentioned, they're starting to chew the clock. Not looking good. We need guys to get some turnovers for us, but we get the block. You know, that just like that. I don't know what else to call it. It's probably like, you know, that block sticking cheese. You guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't remember what it's called, but either way, like, we should have had them, you know, at least like to no gain, but instead, another touchdown for Rose-Hulman. The defense just outright down bad at this point. So it's 41-14. We kind of know that, you know, unless something absolutely crazy happens, unless we lower the difficulty down to freshman or something, and even then it might not be enough at this point. Justin Burton, though, at least gets a good return for us here and almost gets it to midfield. Justin Burton, man, he's had a couple of good returns today, but for the most part, we just haven't been able to take advantage of it. Hopefully, we can change the tone here this time around as Miami drops back, throws over the right-hand side, finds Adam Hildeford, who gets leveled, but still hangs on for a 20-yard gain at the very least. As now, a couple plays later, Miami throwing over the middle to Adam Hildeford again. And he hangs on for another tough catch on this drive. Really wish we would have had a little bit more of that, you know, those kind of plays, you know, when the game was actually close and it mattered. And now we're just trying to at least, you know, get into the end zone one more time before the end of this game. And it would make the scoreboard at least look a little bit better as we're getting to the last minute of this one. As Terrain Patton's actually going to get another carry and picks up 5. Earlham going to go ahead and call a timeout, though. We're sold on trying to get into the end zone right here, right now. As Miami dropping back, gets it to Jakeem Short, who picks up the first down. He won't be short on that one. And Jakeem Short's been pretty quiet today, only a few catches for 21 yards. As we try to keep things rolling here, 1st and goal. Miami looking around, looking for somebody, looking for Jakeem Short, and look who finally shows up. Touchdown, Earlham. So, you know, at least we get a couple of scores, you know, to make the score, just a whole scoreboard look a little bit better, but still at the end of the day, we got beat pretty badly in a rivalry game, a game we honestly should have won. They were 1-6. We need to take advantage of that when, you know, we're given a, you know, a favorite, and we were just playing a little bit better, but it also goes to show that we need to work on consistency. So listen, this game was one of those games where we only lost by 20, but this game was honestly over, you know, before the final whistle. We got a few garbage touchdowns, which is really cool and all, but like the first few quarters, we didn't end up doing much of anything whatsoever. Now, granted, we did have the same number of first downs at the end of the day, and we had more than 100 yards rushing, which is something that is, you know, pretty positive that I do like. But I mean, interceptions did kill us at the end of the day, though, and we couldn't capitalize on our special teams, which gave us some good field position at some points of the game. Now, that being said, though, go ahead and check out the player stats for our guys. Miami Uiagalelei, he had an okay game, man. 18 for 32, 242 yards. Again, he had 2 touchdowns, both in the fourth quarter, but also threw a couple interceptions that would have really been helpful in at least trying to keep this game just a little bit closer going forward. But, that being said, the running game was actually really solid. It was between, Terrain Patton, Miami Uiagalelei, and Cameron Frost, who he stepped up in a big way. And, his sole carry was for 33 yards in this one. So I definitely like to see that. I actually, might move him above, Terrain Patton on the depth chart. Because we haven't got anything going with Patton as a running back. But maybe we get something going with Cameron Frost, man. Something I would like to see going forward. As for our receivers, Jakeem Short and St. Wilhelm, they both had touchdowns. And Aaron Hill, third, led the way in catches. He had 5 catches for 56 yards. St. Wilhelm actually led the team in receiving yards, though. He had 62 yards on the day. Bob Smith is a name that we haven't called, but he has 50 total yards receiving. So, I mean, some nice things. Brian Smith did allow a sack, so that's a big yikes. And Justin Burton led us in tackles again, which is probably part of the reason why we've given up 41 points in this one. Although RJ Greenlake wasn't too terribly far behind. Had multiple TFLs as well. On top of it, with Matthew Sands also getting multiple TFLs. And speaking of Matthew Sands, he only had 1 sack today. That was it for our defense, but we didn't, again, no turnovers once again. The lack of turnovers have killed us, but Seth Gray and Caden Doman, they each had, pass deflections that could have easily been caught, and there are a bunch of more plays that should have been at least deflections at the very least, but couldn't get our heads around in time. And if we're not playing user, then it's barbecue chicken for us, man. Alright, man, so I'm not gonna lie, this one was pretty tough to take in, but at the same time, though, we're getting to the final quarter of the season, and we still have a chance to make it to a bowl game in only our 2nd season in this dynasty. Next episode, though, we will have the Big Earl Football Podcast coming to you shortly. And I'll tell you what, man, we're going to have to figure some things out. But as we get into the final few games of conference play, it's going to be a good podcast episode. I hope you're excited for it. And if you are, I need you guys to do me a favor. Smash that like button for me, as well as hit subscribe if you have to be brand new, and like what you see here on the channel. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off, but hopefully you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.